So that Inner Circle and Pinnacle parlay. Oh God. Oh, this is a 10-minute segment. I must stress, this is a 10-minute segment. Now, normally when you got those kinds of 10-minute promos of them talking, you would think, oh God, this is gonna be terrible because WWE has it ingrained in our brains when we're reminded of the Authority storyline. Oh God, just remembering all that was insane. But oh God, it's understandable. Some people were probably concerned that if they were given that many minutes, it's gonna probably be a problem. But you have the confidence in Jericho, MJF, Wardlow, even, and now we get the parlay, the final date before Blood and Guts. And what a segment! They really went to town. They really went to town in this. They were like, okay, we got 10 minutes. We got 2 minutes each. We're going to go ahead and cut each other's throats in this. And Tony Schiavone is in the ring to hype up the next Blood and Guts to be involved in tonight's parlay. The Pinnacle heads out with their own private security, and they stay on the stage for the whole time. As the group heads to the ring, Inner Circle has their own security, which are a bunch of motorcycle gangsters. So, yeah. One is all prim and proper, and the other is all really a roguelike. Both groups face off with Tony staying between them. Probably the baddest idea you could probably do, but you have to go in there and face the unfortunate consequences. And then they will figure out who gets the advantage via coin toss. Now, naturally, I was thinking, no. Like, they're still owed the advantage. The Inner Circle automatically win in the advantage debate because they're still owed an advantage from last year's attempt to Blood and Guts before the pandemic struck. Sadly, they don't bring that up at all, so we got a continuity snarl retcon button. But they keep mentioning how it almost happened last year with the Elite and yada yada yada. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they could have just said anything. Like they could have said, "Oh, that was with the Elite, so therefore it won't count." But just anything to address it, but they don't. So Tony runs down the rules and says they will figure out the advantage via coin toss. However, Shawn Spears knocks it out of his hand and says that's not going to happen. They were lured into this match, and thus we deserve to get the advantage. We never go over what the advantage is. Spears wonders when the last time, and then Spears cuts a promo cutting down on Sammy Guevara, saying when was the last time he actually wrestled a match, and he fully plans on getting Guevara down and taking him and drowning him into the ocean of blood. And Sammy Guevara fights back by destroying him, bringing up his past failings in the WWE. In fact, I'm amazed he didn't go with the only thing great about you in that last place was just numbers and whatnot. That should have been said, or something like that. And how he's been a failure in AEW, which he kind of was. After Cody beat him, he kind of went on a downward spiral, and subsequently was demolished because of it, week in and week out. That you were hoping that they were going to reverse the decision on that, and they were finally making seriously, and they finally did after a year and a half. So, yay, better late than never, hopefully. And Sammy says that he will take that if they want the advantage, they can take it, and the rest of the group doesn't even dispute that. They just, okay, well, he can say that, even though he's not the leader. And he says he'll fight everybody. He'll fight the popcorn guy. He'll fight the grandmother. He'll fight that one crazy psychopath that lives in Connecticut. Okay, actually, he didn't say that, but I would have laughed if he said that, because Vince is kind of a psycho at this point. Then Cash Wheeler takes the mic and says Jericho shouldn't bring Santana Ortiz because they are soft. It says they're not the same tag team they were before all this. understandably, because people still want to see LAX, not Santana's Ortiz or Pride and Powerful. They want to see the LAX that dominated Impact and everything before, what was it, the Lucha Bros? I can't forget who took them out. Uh, and says that they won't make it out of the match if they're not this. Hardwood takes over and says he's prepared his family for what's to come and he's not afraid to die. And he was really, and FTR was very good on their mics. He reminds Santana and Ortiz about their kids and told them to hold them close before they leave them the night before the match, and says, Daddy's not coming home. And I was like, oh god, I am glad they did not go with the death angle in terms of bringing up, the dead relative, the family member that passed away that MJF did, because MJF is a scumbag. But Ortiz tells Santana not to give in to what they're doing because Santana gets riled up. Santana says they're going to be locked in the cage soon, and they've been locked up before. I mean, has FTR, and I was like, well, they've been in ladder matches. They fought these big burly dudes in NXT, so they've been in some matches where they require violence, but they've never been in a cage match. It would have been interesting to see how they would have thrived in a cage match, since that's just as old as this wrestling style they like to do. Santana wants to let his hands do the talking, and they're vowing to beat them. MJF takes over and wants to keep things cool. MJF tells Jericho finally what the Jericho's been wanting since the whole beginning of this, since the first announcement of AEW, is the thank you. Thank you. Because without Jericho, he admits there would have been no AEW. He was the top draw, the bridge for the lapsed fans to come check out the AEW brand, which continues to solidify why I said Jericho was and should have been the first AEW champion. And much to Baron Corbin's anger, probably, since he likes to go and scream about it. And it also putting together the top stable, which was the Inner Circle, and kept them stable. But MJF continues that Jericho must be stressed out, though, with all that pressure and with age coming to him, saying he plans on taking the heavy crown off of Jericho's head and taking it from him, saying, your spot is mine. Absolutely wonderful promo, MJF. Jericho, your rebuttal. And Jericho calls him a self-entitled little for thinking he could just take a spot or just absorb a spot. I'd be like, he worked for a company that did that a lot, so yeah, they could do that. The only way he could do it, he's got to earn it. Jericho forgets where he worked at beforehand. That's understandable, Jericho. People like to forget that sometimes. Jericho reminds that at 25, he might have been curtain jerking in WCW. I mean, like, he was pissing off Goldberg enough, and people wanted to pay-per-view match with him, but, Bischoff, Hogan, and Goldberg were a little bitch about it, and didn't want that to happen, because logic. What the hell were they thinking? Like, it was just like, probably you could have had Jericho get his ass kicked for 10 minutes by Goldberg, and people would have paid a fortune to see that. But was also main eventing shows in Japan, in Mexico, and Germany. And then he goes on and mentions how apparently him and Jake Hager had his back when he was threatened with an assassination. And Jericho goes on Twitter saying that was an actual true story. And I'm just thinking, what? I mean, is this? I mean, yeah, I'm still baffled by that. Like, if Chris Jericho was being legit, oh, let's see. So he goes ahead and mentions a place called Abu Dhabi, which was in 2012. WWE had a show there, and Jericho teamed with The Miz and CM Punk and R-Truth. Jack Swagger wrestled Santino Marella. So apparently there was an assassination attempt. I mean, I mean, apparently Jake Hager saved him from an actual assassination attempt, and I'm just left wondering why. Um, there's no details, but other than that, Jack Swagger at the time saved his life. Which, okay, that's kind of badass, but like, what the hell, Vince? Why didn't you just not do the show after that? But anyways, I think that was the main event since Jericho was feuding with Punk at the time. Um, anyways, enough about what could have been a political international incident Vince was once again going to cause. My God. I mean, wait, where's Abu Dhabi at? I know it's not in Saudi Arabia because they would have bragged about it more so. Um, let's see. There was Abu Dhabi was in the United Arabs. Okay, so basically, once again, WWE continues to say we suck in the Middle East, unless it's tribute to the troops, and even then, it's probably debatable because of what happened. Oh my fucking god. Anyways, moving on from the uncomfortable what came out and what leaked onto the internet. Uh, he says MJF will not get in the middle of the inner circle, and then proclaims that the inner circle is his family since day one, and how he tried to kill the inner circle, and that they won't have to beat the inner circle. They're gonna have to kill the inner circle. They're gonna have to drown them in their blood, and essentially, and Jericho just cuts this fiery promo. And it's like, yeah, give me the fight, brawl. And they don't brawl, sadly. But then they come back out with Sammy Guevara holding signs during the commercial break showing how he's going to enter hell first. So, yeah, that was an awesome segment. Promo, 10 minutes. Please note, this was all accomplished in 10 minutes. And we learned that Jericho was almost assassinated. I'm still baffled by that. I mean, oh god. So, yeah, that was a thing. So yeah, that was an awesome segment. I cannot wait. We have 6 more days until hell breaks loose in the Blood and Guts War Games match, and there's gonna be several matches. I'm pretty sure this match is gonna take the hour of 9 to 10, and 8 to 9 is gonna be is gonna have 4 match. I'm just amazed how all this happened because Vince McMahon hates them. So there's like, let's see. So like, there's 4 matches besides the Blood and Guts match. So they're gonna have to compress a whole bunch of content just to get 40 to an hour long match. So get ready for that. Britt Baker, SoCal Uncensored's tag team 4-way. Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus Moxley and Kingston. Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. So they're going to have to compress a whole bunch of stuff. Luckily, one's a comedy match, most likely for Kenny Omega to just get by. And the SoCal, the Fatal 4-way tag team match might be the one. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited. Blood and guts. Blood and guts. Blood and guts. We want blood and violence. So get ready for that, everyone. That was, this parlay was awesome. Just freaking awesome. And nothing can tell me otherwise. So anyways, and sadly, President Biden's big speech that drew in 11 million viewers is apparently enough to cripple a little bit of AEW's consistent viewership they were getting. Let's hope they get over 1 million. Damn you, politics! But that was to be expected. Like, I was like, I saw that coming. That they were going to take, that the Biden address was going to take a huge chunk of viewers. I saw it coming. So I'm not absolutely mad. I'm just glad they weren't, like, very bad. And as you know, tribalists are going to tribalist the WWE because WWE needs all the support they can get. We need to feel bad for that multi-billion-dollar amoral company. Because. So anyways, that's about it. Well, that's about it, everyone. Look forward to next week's spectacle of blood and violence and guts. And I'm excited. I bet you all are too. For those who want to see this violent mayhem, demolition derby style. So, yeah, this was Neo Reality, the WrestleVerse, presenting the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle Parley. Hey, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below, and search on YouTube. See you all again next time, and oh boy, it's gonna be fun.